Hello and welcome to the MacMost Daily Vlog.
Take two.
Take two.
No.
Well, so I hooked up my Apple, so I brought the Apple TV home. The Apple TV, it arrived shortly after it was announced about a year ago. And it stayed in the office.
To the office.
Because it was like, well, we are all here, we shared kind of our podcast.
Let's show you the TV in the office here.
That's a nice
see, you could work here.
So we went ahead and but I didn't have much use for it as a real entertainment device, which is something we used to gather around, watch podcasts, things like that.
Yeah.
So then this, but then
there was more Ninja on it than anything else.
With the announcement of Take Two, I said, well, I'm really going to be using this. This is going to be a real thing. So I brought it home after I found a remote, and it's sitting at home now, and I hooked it up to my TV. And I'm just waiting basically for the Take Two download to happen, and I can really rent movies and really do things with it. But in the meantime, I hooked it up to my TV, and I have a Sony DLP. The pretty big, it's a back screen projection. Because I didn't want to spend a ton of money, but I wanted a big screen. And it's high def 720p. And it's got HDMI, it's got components, it's got tons of inputs. But I have hooked to it a standard DVD player. I have standard DirecTV satellite. I've got standard VCR that we never use anymore.
All hooked up as composite?
Well, no, they're all hooked up as, composite or coax in some cases. But anyway, they're all hooked up, so it's all standard def stuff we watch on the big high def TV. And, whatever. So the Apple TV was the first thing I ever hooked up that's high def. Now, of course, I don't have any high def content, but the menus and the screen and the photos fading in and out, my photos collection, that, of course, appears as high def at 720p. And I had no idea my TV was so good. Because I plugged it in, and instantly it was like from watching the regular stuff, and there's artifacting, and then there's it's obviously stretched pixels to go across the 720 lines, and then Apple TV is all of a sudden it was just sharp, bright as can be, and it was just like, whoa, wow, this looks so cool. So actually I downloaded I tried to download trailers, but they all seem to be standard 480p also. So I don't, I still haven't seen high def like actual television on it, but it does look great. It's hooked up as a component, and it looks just fantastic. Just going through the menus and stuff. And then I actually watched some podcasts. I watched the new Tiki Bar TV. There's a new episode of Tiki Bar TV came out a few days ago. So able to watch that, and that I'm sure is 480. But I actually download NatureCast. We have NatureCast as a high def podcast.
Right. Well, I think I do have it as I think it's 480p.
It is.
Well, that's the only thing we can put it on the net with.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
But anyway, I know you can download some. Just standard
I can
content,
give you some
demos.
high definition movies.
Yeah, I should. Well, I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting, and it comes out, the Take Two, and I can look through the 100 rentals of high def rentals and pick a movie that our family can agree upon and rent it for $5 and watch it. But I really liked the experience. It was so nice, and I watched a bunch of podcasts. I looked at there was my music, there's some photos, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice to have at home. It really rounds out the home theater system.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it was interesting is I got a call from my kind of Luddite brother, but he's always one of these guys that would like to invent something and thinks he's got a bright idea.
Yeah.
And he called me up and he says, I heard that, basically you could get rid of your cable and your DirecTV, and you could download all your videos over the internet. Wouldn't it be nice if there was like a box that you could put on the top of your TV that would download all the free internet videos and put them on your TV?
Yes.
But of course he was thinking in terms of that he would be able to get all the live broadcast TV for free down on his box.
A juiced box, in other words.
Yeah.
Well, there's been tons of attempts. I mean, Kimbo's probably has had the most PR over the years, but not much entry into the market.
And then they got out of set-top boxes and just went to multimedia PC software.
Right. There's a ton of PC Media Center, basically Windows Media Center boxes you can do. Yeah. Xbox 360 does a very similar thing to Apple TV, and you can already rent movies at it. You can have for some time been able to rent movies at it. I don't know if it does high def, but it is media center type of thing.
Well, the future is IPTV, but don't tell the cable companies.
Well, no, but the cable companies, they get into it too. They're upgrading their boxes with DVR controls, on-demand content. I mean, so it's everybody. The great thing is everybody's moving in that direction. Everybody, nobody's swimming the other way.
Sometimes they don't have a clue.
But they're all going towards it. They're all going towards it. So it's going to be cool. And hopefully Take-Two will be here soon. I'll be able to like it.